Hey, Blaze here from Apps Training, and today we're here to keep you up to date. We're going to be getting into Senate Bill 1384, which just passed and has become law on January 1st. So if you're an armed security guard, you're definitely going to want to dive in because this law affects you. If you've been paying attention as a security guard, specifically an armed security guard, you will have noticed that on January 1st, they dropped the new law. And this creates a new classification called the Enhanced Armed Security Guard. Now, what is the Enhanced Armed Security Guard, you ask? Well, you will now be able to potentially carry a rifle on duty. With that, there are a few prerequisites that you must meet in order to apply for this new Enhanced Armed Guard. And the first of which is you must either have had 5 years of active duty law enforcement experience or 4 years of active duty military experience in a combat related field. So unfortunately, if you were just supplied, that's not going to cut it. But if you ran around, carried a rifle and shot guns all over the place, then you may meet this new requirement. If you meet those requirements, then you'll be able to move on and take the training. The training is going to consist of 16 hours or a 2-day class, and it'll cover things like the legal aspects of carrying a rifle on duty. It's going to talk about scenario-based training, weapon handling, marksmanship, tactics, and it's going to cover offensive, defensive uses of the firearm, and most importantly, you're not going to be strapping it on the entire time, so safe storage of this firearm when it's not in use. So far, we do not know what the specific curriculum is going to look like. The Department of Commerce and Insurance has not passed anything down, so stay tuned for that as they develop this course, and I do know that they are going to make you shoot from 0 out to 50 yards, and the scenario-based training will have a lot of movement involved. So if you're used to that static firing line with the pistols, hopefully this rifle class is going to be a lot more fun than that. At this point, you're probably asking yourself, well, what am I going to be able to carry? What does rifle or shotgun even mean as a classification? So let's get into it. Most obviously, your standard AR platform rifle. AR platform is going to have a barrel length of at least 16 inches or greater. It's going to have your buttstock and then whatever optic system you want on there. This is going to be the baseline of being able to carry a rifle as a security guard. Not only are you able to carry these full-length rifles, you will also be able to carry short-barreled rifles as well. You will have to get approval, but as long as you have the proper NFA paperwork for your short-barreled rifle, it's registered, all that extortion to the government, then you would be able to carry your SBRs chambered in 223 or 556. And I know what you're thinking, what about the 300 blackout? Unfortunately, the Department of Commerce and Insurance will not accept the 300 blackout at this moment, but they will accept pistol caliber carbines. Now, we all know that the pistol caliber carbine is not an exact legal terminology, kind of like the AR doesn't stand for assault rifle, but they have written in some legislation that if it is in a configuration with a brace, no person shall carry a firearm classified as a pistol caliber carbine, regardless of whether it is classified as a pistol and/or utilizes a handgun cartridge, unless the firearm has been approved by the Commissioner for Enhanced Armed Guards and the individual is registered as an Enhanced Armed Guard to use the firearm. What? Then this would be classified for the Enhanced Armed Guard. This little H&K here would be a great option if you wanted something a little bit smaller and you didn't necessarily want to carry the 223 or 556. You could still carry this with some defensive ammo and have an excellent package. With all of this, the Enhanced Armed Guard also allows you to carry a standard pump action 12 gauge shotgun. That's right, the Department of Commerce and Insurance goes ahead and conflicts in its own writings where it talks about a shotgun and what it classifies as a shotgun, mostly focusing on the type of projectile. And then shotgun means any firearm designed, made, or adapted to be fired from the shoulder and to use the energy of the explosive in a fixed shotgun shell to fire through a smooth bore barrel, either a number of ball shot or a single projectile by a single function of the trigger. And then later on, when they talk about a shotgun, they go ahead and spell out a pump action shotgun. In addition to any other firearm, the Enhanced Armed Guard is approved to use as an armed security guard or officer. The Enhanced Armed Guard may obtain approval to use a standard pump action 12 gauge shotgun. Now, with that being said, the old language used to be a standard 12 gauge shotgun, which again is kind of ambiguous language. The Department of Commerce and Insurance, not gun people, They don't know these classifications. They are just using these arbitrary, ambiguous terms like assault rifle, pistol caliber carbine, and while they may be used colloquially, they don't have any legal standing. I would know. I'm an FFL and I have to deal with this paperwork every day. In this case, they just recently put in pump action shotgun, and they specifically ruled out the tactical shotgun. Or a standard shotgun has a fixed stock and does not include a tactical shotgun. You might be asking yourself, well, Blaze, what is a tactical shotgun? And that's a great question because I don't even think the Department of Commerce and Insurance could answer that. But I'll give you an example of what they are probably talking about. And that would be something more like this, where you have a semi-automatic shotgun, which is not anything different from a standard shotgun, but this one in particular does have that oh so dangerous pistol grip and your collapsible buttstock. Nonetheless, one of these shotguns is probably not going to be approved based on their language, but we'll see if they change that. Now, it is interesting to note that while they do approve the shotgun, they also approve the short-barreled shotgun. In addition to your armed guard license and all of the applicable fees with that, you are now going to have to apply for the enhanced armed guard classification. That is going to come with a $200 non-refundable fee, and that is going to be every year. It won't expire 2 years like your guard license, it'll be every single year. So every other year, you will have to renew your armed guard license and the enhanced guard license, and on every off year, you will have to renew that armed guard license. $200, man, that can get expensive. In addition to the retraining, requalification with the firearms, what do you think they're doing to us? Nevertheless, you're thinking to yourself, I'm made of money, so I don't really care. Let's go ahead and get this paperwork started. At this time, as of January 16th, when this video is being filmed, they do not have the ability to push this forward. There is no paperwork that you can fill out. There's no application process to obtain the enhanced armed guard license, and furthermore, there is not even a vetting system for the instructors to be certified to even offer this course. There's no curriculum put out on what this course would look like. So unfortunately, right now, we are at a slight stall, so you cannot apply for it even though it exists. There's no trainer out there that could even train you up for it. All of this is to say, you're just gonna have to hurry up and wait. There is a meeting coming up in early February, and we are going to discuss all of this with the Department of Commerce and Insurance. It is an open forum, so if you would like to attend, it's going to be on February 9th at 10 a.m. in the Andrew Jackson building. Hopefully, this was great information for you. There will be more to follow up as we get more information on the course curriculum and which instructors are going to be able to offer it. And I can tell you right now that you're going to be looking at ranges that have at least a 50-yard distance and instructors that will hopefully be capable. As we all know, the armed guard space out there is riddled with instructors that are willing to just sign off or not really hold people accountable, and carrying guns is a dangerous profession, so you should definitely look for a qualified instructor. Wait! One more thing. You might be thinking to yourself, this was great information, but not a whole lot is going to change. I do not intend to apply for the enhanced armed guard. This still affects you. For every single armed guard that's out there, they have unilaterally and suddenly, as of January 1st, ripped away your ability to carry a shotgun or any PCC that snuck through as a standard armed guard. That's correct. All of the armed guards who are currently qualified and still active with either a shotgun or any PCC that is on their license is no longer able to carry that. And if you're an armed guard who only qualified with a shotgun, first off, I don't know why. Secondly, you would need to go ahead and requalify with an approved pistol, and that way you could continue to work. So keep that in mind, stay safe, and while you're out there, don't forget, stay up to date, continue to follow us. We're gonna keep you going with all of the latest information. Hope to see you soon. So dumb. This is all dumb. None of this makes sense. They don't know what they're talking about.